Hey, Minot Friends. I get so excited when I come to North Dakota and I see you guys reading The Outsiders in North Dakota because the book, The Outsiders, is set in my town, Tulsa, Oklahoma. And so I thought I'd take you on a little tour of the outsider locations that are where the book takes place. So we're going to start here at Will Rogers High School. This is Pony Boys High School that you saw in the movie, but what's cooler than that, it's not just Pony Boys High School. This is the actual school where S.E. Hinton attended high school. This is where she wrote The Outsiders. This is where one of her English teachers read her manuscript and said, "This is important stuff. You need to publish this." Will Rogers High School is still a Tulsa Public High School. Students still graduate from this high school, and it's an important part of the Tulsa landscape and the outsider story. In The Outsiders, we know Pony Boy loves to go to the movies, and in the movie The Outsiders, this is where he goes to the movies, at Circle Cinema. And if Pony Boy were real, he could have gone to the movies here because Circle Cinema has been around since 1928. It is still an operating theater. They have first run movies, but they also have a lot of film festivals and special events at the Circle. But this is where you see Pony Boy in the first scene of the movie going to the movie right here. We're at the location of a very important setting in The Outsiders, the drive-in movie. Very important to the plot because this is where Pony Boy meets Cherry Valance. Just like in the movie, there's fence for the greasers to crawl under, and we're going to kind of do the same thing. We're going to crawl under here so you can see a little bit with the screen, and I can tell you a little bit about the history. The drive-in in Tulsa has a very interesting history. The drive-in was built. We're gonna come through here. The drive-in was built in 1951 and stayed open until 2010. And people came to the movies. I came to the drive-in when I was in high school. We came with our kids. We brought our kids to the drive-in, went to the drive-in movie. People loved this drive-in. Well, in 2010, tragedy struck. The drive-in, the big screen, it's a big double screen, and it was struck by lightning. Now, if you look now, you can see it's all made of steel. The original structure that was here until 2010 was made of wood. So when lightning struck it, the whole double screen went up in flames. It burned to the ground and was completely destroyed. Well, the owner of the Admiral Twin Drive-In couldn't get insurance on. He couldn't insure this. No one would insure it because it was a wooden structure and subject to burn, which it did. So we thought the drive-in would be closed forever. This Tulsa treasure would be closed forever. Well, C. Thomas Howell, the actor who played Pony Boy, and Ralph Macchio, the actor who played Johnny, they came to Tulsa and did a huge fundraiser and raised enough money for the Admiral Twin to be rebuilt. They rebuilt it. It's now a steel structure that's able to be insured. We still have movies, drive-in movies every weekend in the summer, fall, and spring until it gets too cold to have the movies here. We have events here. In fact, one of my sons, his high school graduation was here. And that was a very cool setting for a high school graduation. So this drive-in is still open, and I hope that I'll be able to take my grandkids to the site where Pony Boy met Cherry Valance. So this is the house. This is where the Curtis brothers lived. And you can see that it's now become a museum. And they've actually renamed these streets Outsider Way and Curtis Brothers Lane, because that's what this street is now famous for, is the Curtis brothers living in this house. It's been completely restored, taken back to what it looked like during the filming, and has memorabilia inside from the movie. So let's go inside. We're on the Curtis porch and getting ready to go inside to their living room. So something really cool in the house is there are all these screen grabs that show you exactly where you are in the house. So you can see this is the living room, this is the couch where they sat, where they watched TV, did all the things right here in this living room. So take a look at some of the cool things and they have going on. Check out the telephone and the telephone book. Definitely antiques. And now we're going to go into the kitchen, which is pretty cool. It looks just like it did when they made breakfast in here in that scene. And you can see, remember the newspaper that they were reading, the Tulsa World? They really made an actual Tulsa World copy of our paper, and they framed it and put it in here. Check it out. The 50s refrigerator, the 50s stove and oven, and you can see looks just like it did in the movie. And you're gonna love this. I know you recognize this. Here's where the movie starts and ends, with Pony Boy at his desk writing. This is his bedroom. And the bathroom, where there are some scenes with the guys getting ready for work in the morning, and looks just like it did then. So, about 2 blocks from the Curtis house, this vacant lot, still a vacant lot, this is the site of the rumble between the Sochas and the Greasers. This is probably my favorite location because it's in this scene. So give you some background. I was a sophomore in high school when the movie The Outsiders was filmed. And one day during filming, a bunch of my friends from my high school class skipped school to go and try to be extras in The Outsiders. And that's kind of the last I heard of it. Some dressed up 50s, and some of them, got to see some of the people in the movie and all of that. But it wasn't until I saw the movie in the theaters and saw the rumble scene that when they show the Sochas right behind Leif Garrett's character, there's one of my friends is from my high school. He was in the rumble scene, and that was so exciting to see somebody that I knew in high school in a movie on the big screen. And it took place right here in this vacant lot. So we are at Crutchfield Park, which is the site of where the Greasers chased Pony Boy, and you remember them drowning him in the fountain? Well, if you take a look, no fountain. It's because the fountain was a prop built just for the movie and put right here. So when the movie was over, they took the prop with them. I'm told that fountain still exists and is something that kind of tours around as an outsider artifact. But this is where when Johnny stabbed the greasers, this is where it happened, right here at Crutchfield Park, about probably 3 blocks from the outsider house. This is the location where Two-Bit and Ponyboy waited for a bus, and you can see the Boston Avenue United Methodist Church in the background. I wonder if the reason that the director, Francis Ford Coppola, chose this for the setting was because you can see some of the beautiful Art Deco that is a part of Tulsa. I know that S.E. Hinton would want you to see Tulsa as a beautiful place with a heart, because this story, The Outsiders, was based on experiences that she witnessed and was a part of in her high school. Just that divide between social classes in our city. And even though some of that still exists, what I'm really excited about is a location that wasn't in the book and wasn't in the movie, but is now in Tulsa. We have a park that's called the Gathering Place. And what the Gathering Place was built for is it's kind of in the middle of Tulsa, and its purpose is so that people from the north, from the south, from the east, from the west, from all neighborhoods in Tulsa, it's a place where they can come and join together and be together and experience life together. So it's exciting to me, and I'm sure it is to S.E. Hinton too, that Tulsa is moving on beyond its greasers and socias to living together, all walks of life, all social classes being together.